Today's videos are brought to you by Ranjan Motors, located at 139 Dutugamana Street, Coahuila, Colombo. Come check them out if you're interested in getting a new or used ride. How's it going, my car dudes? Liam here from the Car Dudes channel, and today I am proud to present to you all a review of this 2019 Range Rover Sport Diesel. So as always, I'm going to give you guys a full and in-depth review of the Range Rover Sport. I will show you guys the interior and the exterior of the SUV. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Starting off with the trunk, you can either open it by the lever on the tailgate, by the key fob with your foot or a lever inside. For this demonstration, I'll use the key fob. This particular Sport is a 5-seater model. You can get a 7-seat option, but that's only for the non-hybrid models. You cannot get a 7-seater with the P400 Range Rovers. The seats are 60-40 split folding, giving you a nice flat load bay. Power outlet, cargo cover. This is a decent amount of space. Coming to the back seat of the Sport, very wide opening doors. Storage in the door pocket. In the back seat of the Range Rover Sport, you do get a really good amount of room. This seat is put in a position that I would be comfortable in. I'm about 6'2.5", 6'3", give or take. I got plenty of knee room. My shins are hitting the bottom of the seat, but I can put my feet under the seat, as you can see, so that's not really much of a problem. This one does not have a panoramic sunroof, so headroom is pretty good. So is shoulder room. We do have rear AC vents with 3-stage heated seats for the outer seats, a little storage bin, two USB ports, and a power outlet. Going to the middle seat, there is a pretty much a completely flat floor. There's a tiny hump that is barely noticeable. The middle seat is a little firmer than the outer seats, typically. But knee room is all right. Headroom, it's also not too bad, though it is a bit narrow. So if you were carrying 3 people in the back, I don't think the person in the middle would be all that comfortable, but it should be okay for either short journeys or people who you don't really like. So that's basically it. Here's the key fob for the Sport. This is Jaguar Land Rover's newer style key fob. A lock, unlock, headlights, trunk, and panic. The Sport does have keyless entry or smart key access. So right now the car is locked. To unlock it, just make sure you have the key fob on your person, grab the back of the door handle, and the car will unlock. To lock it, just touch the little indent on any of the 4 door handles, and the car will lock. You can also set it so that the mirrors fold in when the car is locked, and they fold out when you unlock the car. It's a Fuji white exterior with full black perforated leather interior. This Sport does have push button start along with smart key access. So to activate it, just make sure you have the key fob somewhere in the vehicle. Put your foot on the brake and press the left dash mounted start button to go. Very quiet sounding diesel. Has a 4-spoke electrically assisted leather wrapped steering wheel. Very smooth power steering. drive, you also have Tiptronic shifting, neutral, and reverse. Upon putting it into reverse, you have a rear backup camera with guidance lines. Maybe different camera settings right here. Turn the sound off. And you have not a 360 degree camera view, but it can show you like any objects that are close to the vehicle in terms of a bar. For park, just press P. This is your parking brake. Right now it is disengaged. To engage it, just pull up. And to disengage it, put your foot on the brake and push down. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the automatic headlamps, front and rear fog lights. So the high beams, the hazards. All the windows are fully automatic. In typical British car fashion, the hood release is indeed on this side. And we'll go ahead and check out the exterior. The Range Rover Sport SD4 has a 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine producing 240 brake horsepower and 370 foot-pounds of torque. Has a 0 to 100 time of 8 seconds flat and a top speed of 204 kilometers per hour. The Range Rover Sport is the Chelseaest of the Chelsea tractors, literally. That being said, however, the surface that the one I'm reviewing is parked on is probably the most serious off-roading this one will ever see in its life, because most Range Rover Sports are driven to Starbucks by posh soccer moms on their way to the hair salon. Sure, it has all these high-tech fancy off-road settings, but these will mostly be used around Beverly Hills. No, seriously, I went on Street View and well, bing bang bong. Now, while that may be the case, the Sport is also a good car for chauffeurs because they don't cost anywhere near as much as a Vogue and offer basically the same interior, super comfy ride, and 2 extra seats. Albeit those 2 extra seats are for only people without legs, children, or people you don't really like. In my opinion, between the 2-liter engines, I would definitely go for the diesel because whilst it is a bit older, it has been proven to be the more reliable choice compared to the P400 or the 2-liter petrol engines. In Sri Lanka, you can pick one up for anywhere between 27 and 33 million rupees depending on the spec. The looks of the Range Rover Sport are a bit more conservative than the Range Rover Vogue. It's more understated and gets less attention, which if you're a mafia boss you will favor this. However, that doesn't mean it doesn't look like a Range Rover. It has the trademark clamshell bonnet. Also, being a nearly 7-year-old design, it is definitely recognizable as a Range Rover. Coming to the interior, power windows, locks and mirrors. Typical Range Rover style, having the window switchgear and the mirror switchgear up high on the door panel. Down here we have your 3-person memory seating and your power locks. Storage in the door bins. It's a full power driver's seat with lumbar adjustment. Like I mentioned earlier, it is perforated leather. Down here we have your accelerator and brake, your panel dim function, and this is to open your rear tailgate. Power tilt and telescopic steering wheel. So coming to the interior of the Range Rover Sport, we are greeted by these 2 beautiful high quality crisp displays. This was introduced in firstly the Velar and then Range Rover added it to the Sport and the Vogue models in mid-2018. So starting off with the HVAC controls, so all the AC controls, seat controls, and vehicle settings are all controlled through the bottom screen here. All your media and infotainment, navigation, yada 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 is controlled through the top screen. So we have our 4 different quadrants, as you can see: settings, vehicle, seats, and climate. In climate, we have dual zone climate control, individual temperatures for the driver and passenger, our fan speed, you can sync them, automatic, power, front and rear defrost, and recirculation. Into seats, so we have our heated seats, 3-stage for the driver and passenger. Going into vehicle, this is where we have all our different drive modes. I'll come to that a bit later on in the video. And then settings, you can control the settings of the display, so on and so forth. But this display is mainly used for climate. Coming to the stereo, this has Range Rover's premium Meridian system, which absolutely sounds amazing. Camera does not do justice. One of the best stereo systems in any car ever. Again, camera does not do justice, but this is definitely one of the best sounding stereos, no denying it. So coming to the infotainment system, this is Land Rover's, not the newest style infotainment system you can get, like what you get in the new Defender, but this is just a bit below that, the penultimate one, I guess you could say, at the time of this filming. So this was updated into the Range Rover Sport and Vogue in the 2018 facelift for the Sport and Vogue, and Land Rover Range Rover introduced this system into the Velar in March of 2017. So clicking home, this is our home page right here. It shows our 3 different quadrants: navigation, media, and phone. It is customizable, of course. So switching over, we have eco data, cameras, in-control apps, valet mode, Bluetooth, contacts, so on and so forth, 4x4 information, and vehicle dimensions. And we can also customize it, so if we can customize, we can long press anywhere, and there you go, we can customize, which is pretty cool. It's not the smoothest system in the world to use. It is, a bit laggy, as you can see with the navigation. It's not the best. The navigation doesn't work here because this car is from the United Kingdom, so you might have to update that. Yeah, it is a bit tricky. Not tricky, but it's a bit laggy. Over at the bottom, we have these little shortcut buttons. So if you want to go straight to the cameras, you can do so. Parking assist, full drive information, navigation, phone, media, Bluetooth, settings. Now in settings, you can adjust the angle that you want the display to come out. So you can see, really steep. I don't know who would like to use it like that, but to each its own. Or you can have it completely flush. And once you start the vehicle and turn it off, it'll retract into the dashboard. You can choose between day and night theme, which is cool, as you can see. Again, you can see it's sort of laggy, but it's not too bad, and you can adjust the brightness. As far as comfort-wise goes, obviously being a Range Rover, you'd expect it to be very comfortable, and that it is. The interior is absolutely sumptuous. The seats, they're very, very, very comfortable. Great for long journeys. We have the trademark Land Rover adjustable armrests right here, as you can see. Very, very comfortable. Plenty of thigh support. Legroom is good. Headroom is good too, because this one does not have a panoramic sunroof, so you do get a little bit of extra room there. And shoulder room is not too bad either. The seats, they bolster you in very nicely. They're very comfortable. Just great seats for long road trips. The driving position is also nice and high, so you do feel like you're somewhat on top of the world, so you can look down on peasants in their Toyotas and Hondas and whatever, because you're better than them because you drive a Range Rover, right? And coming to interior quality, it's not bad. Obviously, being a Range Rover, you'd expect it to be up there, and it definitely is. Nice soft touch padded materials on the dashboard, even here. Very, very comfortable and good quality materials. As you can see, it's all leather down, or leatherette down over here. But however, dig a bit deeper and it shall reveal its true colors. Yeah, I'm not trying to copy Matt Watson, but that does sound a bit hollow. Luckily, it is lined with felt somewhat, but it is a bit, you know, teensy feeling. You just wouldn't expect this in a Range Rover, but I guess nobody really, except for car reviewers, are gonna scratch the plastic like that. They're just not gonna notice that. So if you're okay with that, then don't worry about it. Over here we have some storage space. We have 2 cup holders, as you can see. Also, we have a little secretive spot that has a power outlet over there, which is powerful enough to charge an iPad, which is pretty cool. Also kind of secretive. So over here, this is your terrain response. So right now it's in auto mode. Push it up, or push it and it'll come up. We have our traction control and our hill descent control. So we can go into vehicle like I was talking about earlier. So right now it's in comfort mode. You can twist the knob and it'll show you your different driving modes. So right now we're in grass, gravel, and snow. We're in mud and ruts. And we're in sand. We're in just comfort mode and then eco mode. You can turn off start stop up, of course. Now coming to the gauges, this is a TFT display, so you can configure it. It's not as configurable or, you know, as intuitive as Audi's virtual cockpit, but you do get some customizability, which is pretty good. So we have driver assistance, media, vehicle info, so on and so forth. Not too bad. Again, not as detailed as, say, Audi's virtual cockpit, but it's definitely not lacking in any way. So as you can see, we can choose between one dial, or you can choose between having the full map, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So you have a speedo on the bottom, you have your media, driver assistance, so on and so forth. Alrighty. That's about it for this one. Turn her off. The seat does retract to its last memory setting when you turn the car off. Well guys, thank you all so much for watching my review on this 2019 Range Rover Sport Diesel. I do apologize if the cinematic shots were a bit shakier than usual. Like an idiot, I did forget to put my batteries in my gimbal, so yeah, kind of stupid of me. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Leave some suggestions of cars I should review in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Drive safely till then.